Hi, Elizabeth.
Recording in
Hello.
How are you?
Okay. I had to get my phone. Be right back. Oh no, here it is. Go into. Ah.
I'll let you know.
Hey, Alice.
Hey.
Hello. Um, oh,
Thanks. Ryan said he was going to be a couple of minutes late.
Okay, that's fine. We'll get started here.
um,
I wanted to start with hand patterns.
oh,
And so I was looking at this site here. There's a wiki page for contract bridge probabilities. And one of the sections I just copied and pasted here is hand types. And they have a table where they divide hand types into balanced hands, 2-suiter, single suitor, or 3-suitor. And they say what the specific patterns are for those. So like a balanced hand is a flat hand that's 4-3-3-3, or a 4-4-3-2, or 5-3-3-2. That's what we normally call a balanced hand. And those are basically half of the hands we get are balanced hands. And the other half are these other three categories that we consider unbalanced. And more often than not, it's a 2-suited hand, which is at least a 5-4 distribution. And then that's 30% of the time. And then 20% of the time, it's a single suitor with a 6-card suit or 7 or longer.
Mm-hmm.
And then very rarely we have these 3-suited hands where we have at least 4 in each of 3 suits. And so most bidding conventions focus on these first 3 here. And when you have a 3-suitor, it's often kind of a chore to bid because they happen so rarely. There's not a lot of the bidding arsenal set up to help out with those.
Okay.
And then of these 2-suited hands, this particular distribution, the 5-4-2-2, we call semi-balanced. In a semi-balanced hand, you can bid as if it's a balanced hand or as if it's a two-suiter. You kind of have your choice, but you want to make that decision before you start bidding. Do I consider this, am I gonna treat this as balanced, or is I'm gonna treat it as a two-suited hand?
With 15 to 17 points, do you go no trump on a 5-4-2-2?
It kind of depends. There's some different criteria for that. If my hand looks something like what do we got here?
You need 2 more. Yeah, good.
There's 16. If I have something like this, I gotta make it semi-balanced. Sorry. So let me do this. I'll give myself one more here and one more here, and take away here and take away here. So if this is my semi-balanced hand with 16 high card points, I'm likely to open this one no trump. Opening one no trump almost guarantees that if your side gets the contract, that you're going to be the declarer, and you'd like to protect all of these kings and queens from the opening lead. If you wind up being declared, no matter what suit they lead, they're going to give you a trick.
Right.
All right, they're going to make your king good, or they'll make your queen good. It doesn't matter which suit. And so there's a lot of benefit. And if you were to open this a diamond and then partner says a no trump, then almost certainly partner is going to be the declarer and no trump, which we don't want. Then the big hand is on the dummy, and all these kings and queens are subject to the opening lead, and it will play a lot worse. Another scenario is if let's see. If this is my hand, and if I open a diamond, what's the most likely responses partner may say?
Spade.
Yeah, and if I open a diamond and partner bids a spade, what am I going to bid next?
1 no.
But that would show the 12 to 14 points.
Oh, right.
And I've got 16 points. And so if we go a diamond and they say a spade and we say 2 hearts, that shows my pattern correctly, but it shows 18 points because that's a reverse.
Right.
And so so in particular, when my 4-card suit here is hearts, I'm going to be likely in a reverse dilemma. And so it's better to just open one no trump here.
Okay.
If I have this one, and let's do this. And here I've got a 5-card major, and I've got a really strong side suit and a weakness in the clubs here.
Better
I'm
to
gonna
spade.
open this a spade, can rebid 2 diamonds over pretty much anything. And I've described my hand better that way. So with the semi-balanced hands, you want to look at it before you make your first bid and decide, do you want to treat it as a balanced hand or do you want to treat it as a two-suiter? And then stick to your guns. Because you can't say, I'm going to treat it as balanced and like with this hand, start with a diamond and then
我
when.
不知道你几点结束啊？他们上班就开始了。
So say that again, Tony?
Oh, nothing. I'm gonna actually AFK for a bit.
Okay, that's fine. You can't do it both ways and start with a diamond and then say bid a no trump, because then you're in the wrong part of the no trump ladder for your point count. So you have to kind of make your plan and stick to it for the rest of that auction.
Mhm.
And what that kind of means is that of these 10% here, semi-balanced hands, half of them at least you're going to treat as balanced and half you'll treat as unbalanced. So really the balanced hands is more like 53% of the hands or 55% of the hands. We wind up considering a balanced hand. And so when we have a balanced hand, we use the no trump ladder here. So that's what I have. We looked at this before. There's a sheet in the Google Doc for the no trump ladder. And with the no trump ladder, we have these 3-point ranges here, 2 or 3-point ranges that tells us exactly how to bid. And then that tells partner our point count to plus or minus 1 point. So when we do when we bid using the no trump ladder, it usually makes it pretty easy for partner to place the contract, and partner always is the captain of the auction when we use the no trump ladder. And so if we imagine a hand, let's see, what could we have? Let's say, there's one more here. So if partner opens a no trump, what would be our bid here?
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 2 clubs.
Right, 2 clubs, Stayman. That sound right, Elizabeth?
Yep.
Okay, and so let's say 2 diamonds by partner. So then what? In fact, I'm going to make this. I'm going to make us give us 8-point hand. We'll still do that though with 8 points.
And 2 no trump.
Right. And that's going to be. I guess that'll be the same either way, but that's going to let partner decide. So partner can pass this if she wants, if she's got a minimum no trump opener, and we'll play in 2 no trump. But this is a pretty straightforward auction, right? If partner opens a no trump, we can do our Stayman convention and figure out what to do. And we're pretty comfortable using Stayman now. If the auction goes 1 diamond by partner, what are we going to say?
1 spade.
Yeah. And 2 clubs by partner. And then what do we say?
I guess 2 no if there's been no interference. You don't need to stop her in club or in hearts or anything.
Yep. It's the heart stopper we don't have. But also we could, it might be that we should be in diamonds. If they've done this, they've got 5 diamonds and 4 clubs. So we've got a 9-card diamond fit. How many points does the one no trump bid here show?
15 to 17.
Yeah. And the initial one diamond bid, how many points does this show?
13, 12 plus.
12 to what?
21.
Yep. And the two club rebid, how's that changed us here?
Let's see, they bypassed one no trump, so they have to have.
No,
Oh.
they bypassed one no trump, so they're unbalanced, but they could still only have 12 points because we forced them to bid with our one spade here.
Okay.
So what's their upper limit?
Hmm.
17.
18. So the reason for that is if they had bid 3 clubs instead, if they do a jump to a new suit by the opener, that's always a game forcing bid. And you've only promised, this one here is 6 plus, right? This one spade bid is 6
Yeah.
or more points. So if they only have 6, they have to have 19 points to do a game force. And they only have 2 clubs or 3 clubs as their option here. So 2 clubs has to be this big range still, 12 to 18. And so you see on the one no trump auction, responder knows you're 16 points plus or minus 1 at your very first bid. Here with the one diamond bid, it's this giant range. And even after the second bid, it's a giant range. Responder still doesn't know. So is responder allowed to pass after this, if this is in our hand? Is the 2 clubs a forcing bid?
Or to responder, yeah.
No, it's not.
Oh, really?
With only 6 points, if you know they're limited to 18, you can pass with your 6. If you've got clubs and only 6 high card points,
Right.
you would pass that.
Okay.
But if you have 7 or 8 and you know they may have 18, you're kind of obligated to bid again. So probably what you would do here is bid 3 diamonds because you have 4 diamonds and you don't have the heart stopper and you have more than 6 points. So if partner has the 18-point hand and has a heart stopper, she can bid 3 no trump, for instance. But kind of my point here is that this is, for most people, a very easy auction. When partner opens a no trump, it's easy for a responder to decide what to do. When partner opens a suit and then rebids a different suit, it's really harder to figure out what to do. Responder does not know how many points you have, does not know if you are 5-4 or 5-5 or 6-4 or 6-5 or 5-4-2-2 in that semi-balanced hand. So generally we strive to use the no trump ladder when we can because it's so much more descriptive and we have such nice rich conventions that we learn pretty early on to handle those cases. And so that's one of the reasons that with these semi-balanced hands, we strive to use the no trump ladder. If we have the 15 to 17, open a no trump. If we're 12 to 14, open one of a suit and then rebid a no trump to show that range. And it's only on these occasional hands that we say, no, we really need to go ahead and bid this as a 2 suited hand. Even though we have a really nice 17 total points here, we're going to do 1 spade and then 2 diamonds and then hope partner doesn't pass us out where we have this near maximum kind of hand. So what I wanted to go back then is look at the no trump ladder. And so review this. If we have a balanced hand, which is half of the time here, and 12 to 14 high card points, we're going to open one of a suit and then normally rebid 1 no trump to show our balanced hand, unless we're going to raise partner. If we have the 15 to 17, we'll just open a no trump. 18 to 19, we open one of a suit and then we jump in no trump, show our balanced hand with 18 to 19 high card points. With 2 no trump, we'll start right with 20 and 21 points, we'll just start with 2 no trump. If we're the next range up, 22 to 24, we start with 2 clubs and then rebid 2 no trump. And with 25 or more, we start with 2 clubs and then rebid 3 no trump. So that system is really well defined. It's pretty straightforward and it covers all these ranges. Now, one of the funny things about that, though, is that you don't always have the same conventions available to responder. So let's say, so what conventions do we have here if there's a 1 no trump opener?
Stamen.
And
Yep.
Jacoby,
Yep,
the transfer thing.
that's right. And then how about if partner opens 2 no trump?
Same.
Yep, same 2 conventions.
Mhm.
How about if partner opens 2 clubs and then rebids 2 no trump?
I guess we could still have the same.
Yep. And how about if they start with 2 clubs and then rebid 3 no trump? We're kind of out of luck here because there's no
Can't say yeah.
room to do our conventions anymore.
Right.
All right. How about if it starts out 1 of a suit, you say something, let's say it goes a diamond by your partner and you say a heart and they say a no trump. What conventions do we have available for here?
I'm back.
Help suit game try or
No, not over the 1 no trump. You remember what we do? We talked about this with if we have a 5-card major. So partner opens a diamond. Let's say we have 5 hearts and a good hand, and they say a no trump.
new minor forcing.
New minor force. That is basically our only convention. And how about if it's 1 of a suit and then a jump and no trump to show this 18 to the 19?
You would still have Stamen, wouldn't you? And Jacoby.
We don't. And it's kind of funny, but it's the same as the first case. We have new minor force. And it's partly because we've already bid a suit in between. As responder, we've already shown a suit. Whereas with they open a no trump or they do these 2 no trump sequences, we haven't normally shown a suit yet. So we use, when we haven't shown any suits, we have Stamen and Jacoby. But in these 2 sequences, we have bid a suit already by the time they've shown that they're on the no trump ladder.
Right.
And so we don't have these systems. Instead, we have the new minor force. Okay. So, but Jacoby and the Stamen and the new minor force are all really good conventions. And so between the 3 of those, they cover most of the no trump ladder here. And if you ever make the 2 clubs, 3 no trump opening sequence, you know, it's once in a lifetime kind of thing. So we don't worry too much about that one. So you want to be pretty comfortable with Stamen, Jacoby, and new minor force, because half of the hands that partner has, he's going to be bidding with the no trump ladder. So half of the hands you'll be considering these kinds of conventions.
Okay.
So given that, let's go to bridge base here. And
Is help suit game try only by opener? Is that why that is?
help suit game try is used once you've found a fit, a suit fit.
Okay.
And all these no trump ladder ones is where there's been a rebid of a no trump or an open of a no trump, so you've not found a fit yet.
Gotcha.
To do the new minor forcing, you need,
You need
11.
11 or more points. Yeah, you need an invitational hand to do
And
the, yeah.
You need the major too, no?
You normally have a major suit, yes. One or both. That's correct.
Hmm.
All right, so Elizabeth, I'm gonna try and are you using two things here right now?
No, just this one.
Just the phone?
Yep. The
Okay.
iPad.
Then all right, then I'm gonna sit me down here.
Yeah.
And you can look at the Zoom and tell me what to bid when it's your turn to bid.
Yeah. Um, two, hmm, 2 clubs,
So how many points does two clubs promise?
11. No, 4, 5, 6,
And
7.
if you're playing 2 over 1, it promises 13 even. And in standard, it's promising 10. Yeah. So we don't have that many points.
It's 2 diamonds.
Yeah, 2 diamonds would be the right standard bid. If you play the inverted minor convention,
No.
then 2 diamonds is fine.
Okay. Inverted.
How many diamonds do you think partner has, by the way?
I think you'll have 4.
Yeah, normally 4 or longer when you see a diamond opening.
Right, so they'll give us 8.
Right, so that's enough for a trump suit.
Yeah.
Would I just pass here?
You could, yeah, if you have a basic opening hand.
Have a flat 14.
Mm-hmm.
Ah,
So
but
this is the rare case where you open a diamond with only 3, and it's when you have exactly 4 in the majors and 3 diamonds and 2 clubs. That's the only hand pattern that you would open 1 diamond with only 3. But this is probably about your best place to be. So this is fine.
you know?
I don't think.
Ah. God, I keep going around with all these things. All right, well, fine. I have 11 points, right?
Yeah, uh-huh.
But I only have a 4-card
4
major.
card major. So what's our convention for looking to see if partner has a matching
Got it.
4?
Of course. Oh, God. The clubs.
Yeah,
I know that. Yeah. So he doesn't have a 4-card major?
right.
So now I can tell him my 2 hearts.
Well, you don't want to tell him about your hearts because he already says he doesn't have hearts.
Then we'll go back to 2 no,
We can bid 2 no trump, and then what's he gonna do?
pass.
Right, is that what we want? So let me ask this, who's captain of this auction?
I am.
Yeah, right, and so you've decided 2 no trump is the final contract?
Well, he's got 15 to 17, and I have 11.
So at a minimum, he's got 15,
Yeah.
and your 11 makes how much?
I don't know now. I'm so confused. Okay, so a 15 and 11, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So we got the 26, which would be enough.
Yep,
Point.
right.
So just go to the 3 now.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
But we,
Because you know that you've got enough points. He doesn't know that. See, he's
Right.
got 15. And if you bid 2 no trump, that's inviting him. That's saying, bid 3 with the maximum, but pass with the minimum.
That's what it was, yes.
But you don't want that because even if he's a minimum, you have enough points per game.
So just go to game.
Yeah, you're the captain. You need to tell him, hey, I can add up to 26 here. We belong in game, even if you're at only 15.
5, 6. So we only have 6 definite tricks. 1, 2, 3, 4,
There's
5.
6 tough tricks. That's right. And
6.
it's going to be hard to make this. The Jack of Hearts is going to wind up being good.
Yeah, what about the spades there?
You'll get 1 more in spades also.
7, yeah, okay,
But I think you're probably going to go down 1 here.
yeah,
But it's just because of unlucky distribution by the cards. But this is a hand you always want to be in 3 no trump.
okay, so if I had said, tell me again, if I had said 2 no trump, that would have said what to him?
That says to him, it's telling him that if he's only got 15 points, he should pass. But if he has 17 points, he should go on to 3 no trump. So you would make that bid if you had 8 points. Because 8 and 15 is only 23,
Okay,
but 8 and 17 is 25.
yep, okay,
So if you are in, that's an invitational hand. If you have 8 or 9 points, you ask him bid 3 if you have the maximum of your bid. But when you have 10 or more points, you don't need to ask that question because you know even if he's got 15, you have 25. So when you have 10 points, you just blast a game because he's not going to do it otherwise.
right, yep.
Okay, so you're the opening bidder here now, Elizabeth. So
So 3, I would say this club.
I don't think so.
Oh. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I have 15 points.
Yeah,
I don't have a 5-card suit.
yeah,
Diamonds are equal.
yeah. But 15 points in a balanced hand. What's our opening bid?
Oh, God, say 1. I know all this. Why can't I do it? Okay, 1 no.
Yep.
Oh,
Yep. And so partner pass, he's only got 6 points. He doesn't have a 5 cards major, so this is the place to be.
oh, for God's sakes. I know that.
Okay, so let's do another one here. Hey, Brian.
Hey,
Let Brian play. I have to leave to play bridge pretty soon anyway.
Uh-oh. All right, well, I'll switch him out in just a minute.
Yep. Oops. I lost the. A minute, don't have, okay. So I have. So
So let me ask this but first, who's captain of this auction?
I am,
Yes, you are.
I don't want to be. Okay, so he's got 15 to 17 points.
Yep,
I still have 12.
you've got 13.
I've got what?
You have 13.
4, 5, 6, 7. Yep, 13 points. No 5-card suit, no transfers, no Jacoby,
And you don't have a 4-card major, so no Stamen.
no Stamen, yeah. So I'll go to the no trump.
Yep. And do you have enough for game?
Yep, 3 no trump.
Do you have enough for slam? Is the other question.
No,
Because if he's got his maximum of 17, then that's a total of 30, which is a little bit short for slam.
I needed 33,
Yeah, that's right. So what do we want to bid here?
no trump.
How many?
Three.
All right. So again, this is a pretty straightforward auction where partner opens a no trump. You know his hand so well, you can place the contract right there. You don't need any extra information. Everything you need to know is there.
Right. Okay, what about those spades there? Let's see.
The spades don't look great. They're, again, all the spades are set up poorly for you. You get, you're off the top tricks. You got 4 clubs, 2 hearts is 6, a spade is 7, a diamond is 8.
Mm-hmm.
So you can guarantee the contract by finessing in diamonds, not spades. Because even though you lose the king of diamonds, that'll make the jack of diamonds good for your 9th trick.
Mm-hmm.
And because diamonds divide 3-2, you're going to get another diamond just through length. So you wind up taking 10 tricks on this.
Excellent.
All right, so I'm going to put Brian
Yep.
in here.
Good Lord.
A redeal. That looks good. You know that you only have 6, so even if partner has the maximum of 17, that's not enough for.
Yep.
Yeah. You don't have a 5-card major to transfer into, so you pass. And you don't want to transfer into your diamond suit because that would push it all the way up to 3 diamonds, which is 2 extra tricks. So,
Ah.
so passing is for sure the right thing to do there.
Tell them.
So when I have a situation like that, do I transfer to spades or hearts?
You get to pick, and your spades are slightly stronger, so that looks good. That hand is almost good enough to invite to game. If you had just a little bit more, you might do that. But for this is fine. And it looks like you're going to lose 2 clubs and a diamond and a heart, and even possibly a spade, depending on the way you play it. So you're in the right contract here. And so Brian, what does that 3 no trump tell you?
That he had 4 spades.
Yeah,
But he has enough to go to game.
right. And he's got fewer than 4 hearts.
Right.
Mhm.
Yep.
And he's the captain, so you just sign off and say, aye, captain.
Yeah.
So this looks like just the right auction. So I would not make that bid.
No?
So that's a truthful bid. But you have 2 better choices there. So do you think, where do you think that this contract should wind up being played? Should it be in a suit or a no trump?
I guess. Oh. Well, unless he's really long in clubs. It's
Right, even if he's really long in clubs, you'd probably still rather play 3 no trump than 5 clubs.
so a better lie is to go to 1 no trump or
Well, 1 no trump is showing 6 to 10 points.
right.
So it would show 11 to 12 points.
Is that just 2 no trump or
Yep, it's 2 no trump.
just 2? Okay.
No trump doesn't show 6 to 12 because we play 2 over 1.
There is no 2 over 1 with a no trump response.
With no trump. Okay.
Oh,
Oh no, yeah, I should take it back. With a minor suit opener, 1 no trump by South is not a forcing no trump. It's
Right.
just
even if I opened a diamond.
even if you open a diamond.
Okay.
It's only over a heart or a spade.
Okay. Probably going to pass. I only have 14 points and my jack of clubs is suspect.
Yeah, but you have 14 points and he's got at least 11. So you've got at least 25 between you.
Oh,
Well, when
You have either 25 or 26 points combined, so you should bid 3 no trump with that.
okay. I only need 1 extra point to.
Yeah, and you could have been at 12 points even. So out of your kind of 12 to 14 range, your maximum.
when would I go to 3 no trump?
If you'd had 1 more point, and you might have gone to 3 no trump with the hand that you had, because you've got those 2 10s there also. So I think that your 2 no trump is a slightly conservative bid, and 3 no trump would be a slightly aggressive bid.
Huh. Okay.
But with your 2 no trump bid, your partner's strong enough to go to the 3 no trump.
Okay.
And if you finesse the heck out of diamonds, you'll take 3 diamond tricks. You'll take 3 club tricks as 6, 3 heart tricks as 9, and 2 spades as 10, 11.
Well, your heart finesse works and diamond finesse works.
And the spade finesse works. One of the diamond finesse loses,
Yeah.
and you lose the king of clubs. But I think you'll just lose king of clubs and jack of diamonds, and you'll take 11 tricks here.
Okay.
But if you say a diamond here, your partner may say a no trump, and then you can invite with 2 no trump, and he can say 3. But you've given away a lot more information. It's also possible if you say a diamond, he may say a spade, and you're telling the opponents a lot about what's going on. But with the South hand, you already know you don't want to play in hearts or spades. You don't want to give partner a chance to bid one of those majors because you're not going to support him anyhow. So it's best to just send that message right off and bid your 2 or 3 no trump. The opponents have very little information about the hands, and your partner knows not to try and go to his 4-card major.
Okay.
Another thing about you bidding the 2 no trump or 3 no trump, you have these ace queens here, ace queen 10. You would love it if they let a minor suit to you, because it gives you a trick right at trick 1 when you're the declarer there. So you kind of like to protect these ace queens by making yourself the declarer.
Oh. Okay.
I am.
Yep, this looks fine. This is kind of funny too. Let's imagine that East gets in the lead and bangs down the ace and king of clubs. Are you in trouble then?
No.
Because what's going to happen?
The 9 will become a stopper.
The queen and the 10 fall, but so does the jack and the 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so the dummy's 9 of clubs is the third round winner in clubs. Yeah, kind of funny.
Huh.
If they play the ace and king, then their third highest one in East is 8, but you've got the 9 on the dummy. But anyhow, yeah, this is a good option. You know that there's no hope of anything extra in the north, so you just pass one no trump.
Can I go to 3 now? With the,
Yep. Yep, you can.
with a singleton
Heart.
heart?
Yeah, but he's got to have hearts because he doesn't have spades.
Oh,
So he'll have some cards and hearts for you. He's
Okay.
showing a balanced hand anyhow.
right.
And this one you've got 25 high card points, but I think this is another one that's going to be a little bit hard to make because of how the stuff is stacked up against you. I think you
Yeah.
get 3 diamonds, 2 clubs is 5, heart is 6. Oh, and you get 3 spades. So yeah, that should still make. Be okay.
Hi, whoops.
Sit. Yep, that's definitely a passer, although you do have those all 4 10s. That's pretty nice.
Oh,
It'll turn out this hand will play better in spades, but it's also the case the opponents have more points than you guys do.
yeah.
I'm going to Zoom.
But if you were me, you would open one no trump, not a spade, right?
I would probably open a spade with this because I would upgrade this hand 1 point and call it an 18-point hand. And I'd open it a spade, and if partner did not support spades, I'd jump in no trump. And because you've got all those aces and kings and you have a 5-card major, I would rather go ahead and get my spade bid in there. If you open a spade, it's still going to be pass, 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 but it'll be easier playing this in 1 spade than 1 no trump, as it turns out. But I mean, that's not the reason you do it, but it's just, like I say, it's a good enough hand. I'd have called it an 18-point hand.
Okay.
Hmm.
So what do you think his 3 hearts is saying?
And he jumped, so 6 hearts, and I think he's got more points. So.
Is it a forcing bid? Do you have to bid or can you pass?
I could pass that, right?
Yeah, but it's an invitational bid, and so
Right.
what does he know about your hand already?
Well, he knows I'm balanced with more diamonds than
Right.
clubs.
And how many points?
and 13 to 14,
Really 12 to 14.
14.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so he's inviting you. And so he's inviting based on a couple of things. Do you have hearts and are you at the top of your range?
So, okay, and I am. So, okay.
Mhm. I guess he knows you have 2 hearts anyhow because you bid a no trump. And so that's kind of the point, is that you may look at your hand and say, well, I've just got 14 points, but he knows you can't have more than 14 points and he's still inviting you.
Ah,
So you want to recognize that that 14 points is the answer he's looking for and take him to 4 hearts.
Yeah, I actually didn't think about that. So should I have just gone straight to 4 hearts? Because I have 13 points if you count my link.
Right. And so you might, again, I think 4 hearts would be slightly aggressive. You need 26 really for 4 hearts. You may only have 12. And I think that 3 hearts is slightly conservative. Either one of those could be the right bid. How do you think it's going to work out for you here?
I forgot that his 1 no trump promises 2 hearts.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why I say that no trump ladder really makes it easy for you, I think, as responder, because it tells you so much information.
Right. Okay.
So what are we going to lose here?
gonna lose a heart, 2 spades,
A diamond.
and a
If we do that, we're going down 1, right?
right.
But we don't have to lose a diamond.
We can dump some on the hearts. Or
No.
oh, no, not on the hearts. We would dump it.
You got up the 1 diamond on the clubs.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, when you think about your losers and getting rid of losers, you want to focus on the hand that has the longest trumps.
Right.
And so for that, you've got 2 spade losers, but your queen's going to be good then. But you have and there's no club losers, but you have a potential diamond loser, but you can pitch one of your diamonds on the club. And so if they let a diamond, for instance, on this hand, on the opening lead, you should go up with the ace of diamonds and not try the finesse.
Oh,
It's tempting to do the finesse because if the queen wins, then your ace is good and your jack is good and your queen's good. You have all those diamond tricks that are good, but they'll win the king of diamonds and then take the ace, king of spades and the ace of hearts and you're down before you even get to leading card yourself. And so you need to hop up with that ace and then play a club to the ace and 2 more clubs and pitch a diamond right off the bat before you give up the lead to the ace of crown.
so how do you evaluate that so quickly? As soon as they play a diamond, so they're gonna do the 3 of diamonds, and
I'm gonna say that if they lead a diamond, I'm gonna say that if I play low, there's a chance I'm gonna lose that, and I can see that I've got 3 fast losers in hearts and spades already. So I'll be thinking I'm putting everything, betting everything on that king of diamonds being in the right spot. But then I'm gonna notice, hey, I don't even need the finesse because I have a diamond pitch on the clubs. So why take the risk?
Yeah.
okay.
But when you go up with the ace of diamonds, you can't lead a spade or a heart right now because you know they're going to get in because they
Right.
have the aces there. And
Yeah.
then they'll take the king of diamonds before you've done your pitch. So you have to do your pitch on clubs immediately. And the only thing you're counting on there is that the clubs are not 6-2. If they're 6-2, they can rough that 3rd club. But
Okay.
they're probably not 6-2, and that's your only hope.
So you go that right. Okay.
It's a lot more likely the clubs split at least 5-3 than it is to find the king of diamonds in the useful side.
I see that. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
That's kind of a surprise, huh, Brian?
Yes. So So, so I go right to 4-0.
Well, not over 2-0 because 4-0 is a quantitative invite. If
Shouldn't
you
you
want
do 5-0?
pass aces, you do your 4 clubs.
Oh, 4 clubs. Ah, and that confirms that we're in no trump.
Yeah, and that's the Gerber convention that's ace asking.
And with diamonds, is diamond 0 or 4?
4. Mhm.
Right. So then hearts is 1 and spades is 2.
Mhm. So that's good. You've got all the aces, right?
Yeah. So then I should go.
Do you think that you have a chance for being in 7?
Yes.
Okay,
So
you do the 5 clubs.
5 clubs, and that will say kings.
Yep. How many kings?
So 0, same thing, 0, 1, 2.
Mm-hmm.
And so if I have 3, that's 5 no.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Well, then when do you ever know when to go to 7?
Well, it's still a bit of a gamble, but what do you know about his hand? So he's got 2 aces and 3 kings. How many points is that?
So that's 14 points. And so he's got 4 or 5
Yeah,
more.
2 aces and 3 kings.
Oh, 3 kings. Oh. So 17,
Mm-hmm.
and he's 2-0, which is 2-0 is 2021, right?
Right.
And balanced. So
So he's got 3 or 4 more points there besides they're in queens and jacks.
yeah.
4 or 5, right?
You've got 17 others, so yeah,
4 at the most, 3 or 4.
yeah, 3 or 4.
Otherwise, you would have done 2 clubs.
Right. 2021, not 21, 22.
Right, and so you could imagine if he has the jack of clubs, that would be useful for you. If he's got the jack of diamonds, that would be useful for you. That'd be extra tricks. So you might try 7. It's a bit of a gamble, but not a huge gamble.
So you don't, yeah. So you don't ask anything else because you're already.
There's nothing else to ask. Yeah.
Oh, that's a slam dunk, huh?
Yep. So you got 5 hearts and 4 clubs. That's 9 tricks. 3 diamonds. That's 12, and then 2 spades. That's 14. Should have been 8 no trump. So, yeah. So I think we should leave it at this one.
Yeah.
This is
That's a good one.
good hand to finish on.
So 6 or 7, is that kind of a toss up kind of thing? Do you?
Well, more often you're going to go to 7. Like if you had 6 clubs with the king, queen there, and knowing that he has the ace.
Yes.
If you had 6 clubs, you'd have said there's tricks besides the high cards.
Oh,
Right.
right.
But the fact that he's got all the kings makes all your queens sure winners. And then that makes his jacks sure winners if they're in the matching suit. So it just kind of looks good from your hand. But there are times where it would not work out.
Right. Right. Okay.
And so Tony, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
So I sent you a mail about.
Yeah, I saw that. Sure, that sounds
Is that
good.
a good time?
Yeah.
All right, that sounds good then.
And Rick, I won't be on next week. I'll be driving a moving truck.
You're coming back.
I'm heading to Utah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I want to talk to you at some point. I hear you're a big mountain biker.
Yeah, that's true.
Show him your mountain bike.
For me?
Yeah,
Yeah,
He's
hang
the-
on just a second.
he's looking at an e-mountain bike.
Yeah, I want to get one when I get there.
Okay, yeah, hang on just a second here. And I will show you.
I told him you have the one that he should get. Have you been riding it?
I have, although it's been in the shop for the last week, and they're actually replacing the motor in it under warranty.
Oh, under warranty still.
The warranty just ran out this week.
How long is the warranty?
2 years for the
Oh,
for the power. Hang on. Usually the motor is better than that, but I'm glad it died when it did.
Yeah, right.
yeah,
Nice.
yeah. The Specialized is supposed to be the one to get, right? Did you do your research on it?
I did a lot of research before I got this one.
Yeah.
And this,
And the Trek ones?
I looked at the Trek too. Trek has gotten better since I got this. I got this 2 years ago. This is the Levo. And they have 5 different levels of it. Sort of their base version and then their superstar version.
Yeah.
And this is the middle of the 5. This is it's a carbon fiber frame with kind of better components, but not their super stuff.
Yeah. How long's the battery last?
In terms of riding,
Yeah.
if it's not like straight up a mountain, I can get like 60 miles.
Oh,
6-0?
Yeah.
Wow.
wow.
And on the trails, when I go like up Mount Diablo, or not Mount Diablo, but up the Pleasant Ridge, I can still do over 30 miles with a lot of climbing.
That's a lot of mountain bike riding. Yeah.
The motor is not the limiting factor at that point. It's the part that's right on top of this seat.
What does it weigh?
I think 46 pounds.
Okay.
And so it's heavy for a mountain bike, but
Yeah.
it's light for an electric mountain bike.
Yeah.
For sure.
And this particular shot is actually up on top of Mount Diablo.
Nice.
And I biked something like 16 miles from Walnut Creek up to the top here.
Yeah.
And that used almost the whole battery because it was
Oh.
like heavy climb all the way up. But
Yeah.
then I was able to get all the way back with like 10% of the battery left. When by the time it was at 10% at the top of the mountain, but that was enough to get me back to where I started because it was pretty much all downhill from there.
Yeah. I heard the Specialized motor was supposed to be the best.
And I have about, I think, 1,800 miles on it in the 2 years I've had it.
Oh, nice.
Oh, that's a lot of miles for a mountain bike.
Yeah.
And is it a pretty good workout, even though you're using battery? You still get a good workout?
I do. So I'll tell you the trick. So another nice thing about this bike is there's a third-party app for the iPhone and Android called B Levo, the letter B and then Levo. And what you can do with that is when I ride, I have a Bluetooth heart rate band on my arm. And so the app monitors my heart rate, and then it controls the amount of assist that the bike is providing.
Oh, really?
And so
Wow.
I tell the app I want to be in my training range of about 160
Wow.
beats per minute. And I also tell it I don't want to be putting in more than 150 watts of power, of biker power. And so it manages the assist level to keep me at a training rate, but without killing me.
Wow.
So that has a built-in power meter too?
The bike?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, in order, because it already, it applies power kind of on a as needed basis too. So it has a torque sensor in the cranks and the pedals.
Right?
So it knows how much work you're doing. And the bike itself has some ability to give power based on that. It doesn't give power if you're not pedaling. So if you're not pedaling, there's no power being applied. So it's not like an electric motorcycle.
Uh-huh.
But it has a torque sensor on the pedals, and so it makes that available through the Bluetooth API to third-party apps. So like this one I have that can do that.
Well, that's great. And so no throttle. It's only pedal.
No throttle, no throttle. But that also helps with the range then, because when I'm cruising along and putting in my own power and not needing a lot of other stuff, then it's not using much battery. And so, like a lot of times, I have a little mount for my phone up on the handlebars.
Yep.
And so this app has a display there showing what the battery percent level is. And so it'll often be at like 6% of what it can do when I'm riding and I don't need much assist.
Uh-huh.
And it also has a separate display on there, or a separate part of the display that says how many watts am I putting in versus how many watts is the motor applying. Right. So when I'm doing a climb up a hill, it'll often, if it's a hard climb, it'll be doing 4 times the power that I am.
Wow.
And it'll be using most of the motor capability.
Right.
But then if I'm on kind of moderate stuff, it's often way low or 30% or something like that. And we're putting in more equal, or it may be putting in.
Right. And you can adjust, say, I want to put in even more if you want.
Yeah, and so it has a little control button on the above the left hand handlebar that you can tell it between off or 3 different ranges of power. And the bike itself, those are static ranges, but if you use it with the app, those are dynamic ranges. So sometimes when I'm going, I see I'm going up a big hill, I'll put it onto the max kind of assist, which will kind of seed the algorithm in the app to know that I need more power pretty early on. Don't wait till I'm stalling out basically until you recognize I can't do this on my own.
Where is it? Where is the battery?
It's in that down tube where it says specialized.
What's in there? Oh, okay.
And then the app also keeps a record of all the sort of telemetry of your ride, and it saves it into a CSV file on your phone that you can upload. So I've uploaded in Excel, and I've also uploaded into Splunk, and can do sort of analysis on the rides. And it maintains every second something like 40 different parameters. It's got your latitude and longitude, it's got your speed, it's got your biker power, motor power, how many RPMs you're pedaling, all kinds of stuff. It's just amazing how much it's kind of embedded in there for making this sort of just a fun ride ultimately. But for me, it makes it so I'm always getting a good workout when I'm biking, but I'm never feeling overworked.
Right.
So I love it. It's the perfect instrument for me. And another thing is that when you're mountain biking, normally with a non-electric bike, if you're going uphill versus downhill, when you go uphill, you're going at like 10% the speed or something like that, or 20% the speed of when you're going downhill, because you're working hard going uphill on a regular bike. And so of your bike riding time, 20% of it is going downhill and 80% of it is grueling climb.
Mm-hmm.
With this, I go faster downhill still, but it's more like a 60-40 kind of ratio. 60% of the time climbing, 40% descending. And so, and there's no motor activity when you're descending. It's all just regular biking. And so you get the feeling of the sort of the technical downhill, how fast can you go and still maintain control and, hop over obstacles and stuff like this. But you get a lot more of that time than just kind of killing yourself going uphill. and also going uphill becomes more fun because you can go faster uphill. So you can still have sort of more technical riding going uphill too.
Yeah.
So no regrets? You liked it? You happy with your purchase?
I'm totally happy. This was a $7,000 bicycle,
Yeah,
which was a huge expenditure for me.
right.
But I've been loving it, and I have zero regrets.
Nice.
Right on.
And
And you ever just turn the motor off? Like if you're just on single track and it's relatively flat? Or
I normally won't. I'll have, because the bike is still a 46-pound bike, which is heavy. Bike. And so I'll leave it on, but it'll be at that like 6% assist level.
uh-huh.
So it's really mostly compensating for the extra weight of the motor and the battery.
Just making it feel like a regular bike. And does it feel like a regular bike then, or do you still feel the weight?
Oh, it feels like a regular bike. The only time I feel the weight, if you're a particularly good mountain biker, one of the things you want to be able to do is a manual maneuver, which is where you kind of start to do a wheelie and get so like if there's a log in the path ahead of you,
Yeah.
there's a trick you can do to kind of start a wheelie and get the front wheel to go over the log. And then you pull yourself forward over the handlebars and it'll rotate the back end of the bike off of the ground so the back wheel doesn't hit it either. And so you can pass over a rock or a log without either wheel hitting it if you use your force and your center of gravity and all that correctly. But I have a hard time doing that. It's hard for me to get that front wheel off of the ground because of the battery weight all up that front tube. But I've seen videos of people on this exact bicycle doing it, so I know it can be done. But I've ridden my old regular mountain bike, and while I can't do that real maneuver, it's easy for me to get the front wheel up.
Yeah.
So I feel that difference. But otherwise, it really just feels like a really nice bicycle. It's the full suspension, so you have a very cushy kind of ride over the rough stuff. Another thing, this came with tubeless ready tires. And so I took the tubes out and these are tubeless now. And
Like,
I do, and they're less likely to get punctured actually. And you can run them at pretty low pressure, like 10 psi. Which gives you super grip on like sandy terrain and stuff like that. So I tend to run these at fairly low, but that also makes it not as good just on the road.
Yeah.
If I'm doing a straight road ride, I'll pump them up higher. But a lot of times I bike from my house to the Pleasant Ridge Park, and I bike down Foothill Road for like 4 miles or 5 miles. And so it's fine on the road, but I'm happy that I have the motor for that, because it's kind of compensating for the fact that I have my tires pressurized for the road.
right.
So tubeless, you have to refill it every so often, every month or so?
There's some goop that you put in there, but it's like every 6 months.
Every 6 months. Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I got a kit for putting that stuff in that's got like a syringe
Yeah.
type of thing, and it's pretty easy because the way these tires work, the little air fill spigot just unscrews.
Yeah.
And then you can stick the syringe right down into the tire. So it only takes a few seconds to unscrew that that valve stem, and then like, I don't know, 30 seconds to spray some stuff in there, less than that probably. So it only takes a couple minutes to do both tires.
Yeah. We haven't made the switch to tubeless.
It's good because the inner tube, it just takes a little puncture and you have a flat. The tubeless ones, it has to puncture that heavy tire, and it has to be something that goop won't just quickly
Unseal. Yeah.
reseal. And then I carry around a little plug that's like the size of a 22 bullet, except maybe a little bit smaller.
Yeah.
And if I got an actual puncture that's too big for the slime to do, I can push that thing into it.
Oh yeah.
Just with my thumb, and it'll make like a plug like you would get for your car tire.
Yeah.
And but it'll have lost its air. So if it's got that big of a hole. And so I've got a little, one of those canisters of compressed
CO2.
air.
Yep.
Yeah, the CO2, and then I can use that to emergency fill it back up. So I
Yep.
carry around that little CO2 canister, a tiny little adapter for it that's got the valve
Yep.
adapter,
Yeah.
and then that tiny little plug is my extra thing there.
That's why you don't have a little pack on here. I was going, where's your
Well, that's not true because I usually ride with the backpack on a small
oh,
plug pack. Because I carry around a first aid kit and
yeah.
I carry around a little bit of repair stuff in case I come across another biker that doesn't have stuff, since I have
Yeah.
my backpack on anyhow.
And what's wrong with the motor? What it's having? What's the problem?
They didn't tell me, but what I think is that there's a belt in the motor system, and I think the belt is stripped somehow or something like that. I can hear the motor whirring, and I can hear this kind of sound, and then no power is coming through.
And that just started happening.
Yeah, it just started happening 2 weeks ago.
Hmm.
And so I took it straight in because I knew my warranty at that point had like 12 days left.
Mhm.
And they were like, yeah, no problem. And they said they'll order a new motor to put it in, but they said they had to keep it for 2 weeks because this is their super busy time in the repair shop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm supposed to get it back on Tuesday.
Did you get it from Mike's Bikes or where'd you get
I
it?
did. I got it from Mike's Bikes in Pleasanton. But
Yeah.
hang on, I'll show you. I got one more thing here. Just on Sunday. It's my other electric vehicle.
Oh, you got another one? Ah.
Oh,
Nice.
nice.
Model 3?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's the dual motor version, so it's the long range,
Yeah.
and it's got the dual motor gives it extra acceleration, so it's a real rocket.
Sweet.
And
Brand
so
new?
yeah, this is less than a
Wow.
week old.
Wow.
And I'm taking it in tomorrow to a shop in town to have a stealth hitch installed. If you've ever
What?
heard of those, the stealth hitch. So what those are, it's a trailer hitch, and I want it for my bike rack so I can take my bike. But instead of having just like the 2-inch receiver sticking out the back,
Yeah.
the hitch is mounted in between it's on the metal part of the bumper inside, and
Yeah.
and it's hidden by the plastic part of the bumper.
Yeah.
But it has a hole at the bottom, and there's an L-shaped bracket, L-shaped hitch that you use that you press in from the bottom when you do want to use it.
Yeah.
But when you don't want to use it, there's nothing visible on the car.
Nice.
Yeah. I've seen that because I had the Model S.
Okay.
I used one, and I was looking at that. But I also you didn't look at those I forgot the name of it. The ones that mount on the rubber, the ones that have the suction cups.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah, the
Sea Sucker.
Sea Sucker. I had looked at those, but it's really an issue that the bike is too heavy
Oh, that's right.
and too awkward to hoist up into the air to mount solidly onto the back of the car when it's all glass back
Right,
here. The
right.
whole thing is glass. And just the chance of, losing my grip and having it crash down on the car.
Actually, that's a good point. I don't think I've ever seen an e-bike on top of one of those Sea Suckers. Yeah,
Yeah, it's usually more like road bikes most
it's
often,
road bikes. Yeah,
and they're a lot lighter.
Yeah. Nice.
But I've got a Thule 2-bike rack.
Yeah,
It's the tray kind.
Yeah.
Where you set the bike just on the tray and you swing the gripper arm over it. And
yeah,
I've been using that when with my minivan,
yeah.
and it's working great for that. So I think that'll be fine with this. What I do know though is the bike when it's sideways on the car is wider than the car.
So you know how to plan for trips, right? There's a website called A Better Route Planner.
I've heard about that. I haven't used it yet.
Yeah. The Tesla mapping is better now. And when you know, a year or two ago, it would take you and drain you to nothing, and then you'd have to sit there for 2 hours to get to charge up. But they're better now because you know, you're just supposed to go from 20 to 80%.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the Better Route Planner helps you plan it out better.
Yeah, good. I'm going to check that out. I want to plan some road trips here before long.
Yeah.
Next week, I'm taking it in and they're going to put on a clear bra on the front.
Oh yeah. Yeah. You got to do that.
So I don't want to take it very far until I have that put on.
Yeah. Yeah. They always say the paint's a little soft, and yeah. Yep.
Looks beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're very excited. We haven't had a new car in a long time. So, and we've never had this kind of fancy and this performance of a car ever.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's the way to go. It was it's so nice not paying for gas when we go down to visit James in LA.
I'll bet. So yeah, I'm looking forward to taking the e-car and the e-bike on a road trip here.
Nice.
Good looking rims there too.
Yeah, it's the new design aero covers.
Yeah, I like it. All right.
Anyhow, I gotta get going.
Yeah.
Thank-
Going to the Livermore e-waste, and you have to do that by appointment now. So my appointment.
Oh, I forgot about, yeah. All right.
See ya.
All right, see you guys.
Thanks, Rick. Bye.